Oh, what the fuck? It just crashed. Okay. It's gonna make me sign in again. Okay. Looks like it's working all right. Hi everybody. Trying out these new overlays. Hi everybody. My sound is working, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Ooh, that's no. I would really like more than one land. Yeah. Oh my god, now I don't have my Thunder Herd! I'm screwed! Not a good way to start. Not at all. I'm mad at you for getting rid of my Thunder Herd, you jerk. Oh, I'm so mad. They're probably gonna counter it. The blue deck going like this. Is it going to resolve? Don't know, we gotta build the suspense. There you go. This is awful. This is awful. Okay. What should I even get? I guess a forest so I don't have to ping myself to tap for green. Oh, this is god-awful. It's terrible. They're gonna like put out Nazal or something. and then I'm just gonna die. Duressing that Thunder Herd just... my game. Who called it? That would be me. This doesn't do anything. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Really, really too late for that. But you know what? Here. This way, if he swings at it, it'll die. He has to find some other way to remove it. Which, of course, he has, because he hasn't had to cast anything all game, because I haven't been able to cast anything. Counter target creature spell? Counter target spell. Cool. That was horrifying. Let us swap back to the proper deck. We're gonna put the win 2 games with a red-green deck on hold. We're gonna go ahead and go back to God Pharaoh's Gift. I'm gonna gamble that I'm gonna get white, because white is the most popular color in this build. And I do still have a turn 1 play. Evolving Wilds. That works. I'm gonna go get a Plains. Looks like it's a Dimir build again. But this time I'm better equipped to deal with it. Go ahead and play Gate to the Afterlife while they can't counter it. So that way, if I get to my threshold, then I can... Which they're gonna start getting me to already. Perfect. I will take action. Put a Danto in the graveyard. I only have 1 white. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Sacred Cat, and then I'm going to play Gate to the Afterlife again. So now I have 2 of them. I'm gaining multiple and discarding multiple. Ooh! Bolus colors! So I'm definitely not playing that, because all their mana's up. So I'm going to play this. And I'm gonna be reserved. I think I'm just not going to do anything and maybe just wait, because I'm again worried about the blue they have up. So I'm just going to end turn. I can flash out even mind sensor later. Because I had enough for like a Supreme Will or a counter target creature spell. I'll try it. We'll see if I can get them to. Interesting. So that appeared to resolve without any waiting, which makes me think that they're bluffing and they don't have a counterspell in their hand. We're metagaming now, but I'm gonna go into combat and swing the flyer. And I'm gonna try. We'll see. Okay. Get another planes. And we're gonna do that. And that. I have 3 creatures in my graveyard already. I'm gonna exile their draw power. Or try to. My flyer's putting in work here. Still got enough for settle if I need it. Hi, Rykor. How do you like the new look? How many land do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have enough to do both. Great! I'm glad you like it. Pre-release today, indeed. It is true. Okay. I guess they figured they didn't have a way to get rid of my flyer, so... Alright. Got a reward. Common? 200 coins, that's not bad. We're up to 1,000 gold here. You can't really see because of the new overlay, but I'm gonna go ahead and get a pack. We'll do Hour of Devastation today. Ooh, I got more packs. Oh right, because yesterday was Friday, I forgot. He's a nice one. I like him. That one's also good. Can beef up... Ooh! I can totally beef up my, what's a face? Gold and... No. White and red dinosaurs with these cards. I should save gold for Dominaria? Yeah. I was super bummed. They were like, save your vault for, the Dominaria, because it'll be better once it happens. And it's like, I did it like 2 days ago. But, whatever. I guess I should have known better. Ooh, mythic. Flying Trample. Pay 2 lives, sacrifice another creature, search your library for a card, and put that card in your hand, then shuffle your library. Woo-wee. He's heavy. But, that could be pretty nifty. That's a nice card, too. That could go in, like, the cats. Wild card, okay. Mythic rare wild card. Awesome. I want to put that that green-white card into the cats right away, because that's really cool. I can't remember its name already, but it should be at the end. Whoop! I think I passed it. Oh no, it's mouth feed. Alright, where's its mark? Thick, as they say. Yeah, Razaketh is pretty thick. I guess I didn't pass it. Okay. This one. Oh, I actually already had one, but now I have 2 copies. And then we got some nifty red and white dinosaurs. Kinjali Sunwing is just good. It's just good. Actually, I don't think I'll put Bellowing Aegisaur in just because I don't have, well, I don't have that much, like, dealing a damage and stuff to myself in this deck. That's more the green-red one. You always feel like your chat lags, but you'll never be sure. I think Twitch just has, like, a little bit of a delay, period. And I also react late, probably. So sorry about that. think I got a rare... No, I guess Kinjali Soundwing was the rare. I'll just leave it. Not gonna use that today anyway. I would like to win 2 games with a green-red deck, but we're really doing the... Seems like we're up against those Dimir control builds today, and you missed the first game. It was a slaughter. Oh, I'm so excited. But I'm waiting. I'm waiting until about 3:30 to open my Dominaria box. Because I thought I'd get some arena in first, kind of wait for people to be able to come on. And then I can share the joy with all of you. Ooh, good number of land. Yeah, we'll keep that. Who the heck is calling me? Silence phone. Do a Danto Vanguard. This person's trying to get the quest. Look at them go. No blocks. I'd rather do the 3 damage to them. Put that out, and then combat. And I'll put out a Dorned Pouncer. And enter. He'll probably pop one of my creatures, which is just fine with me. Perfect. What's new besides cool new overlay? Well, I tried to also put sound effects with the overlay. I use player.me and it allows you to do sound effects as well. But I'm not 100% certain it works. I haven't really been able to test it. But hopefully it does. A lot of land. Guess I'll discard that. Oh boy. I think I might be about to die. Yep, we did. Good for them, though. Working towards accomplishing the quest. Okay. I can get a blue, so... Happy to play Magic again instead of work. Yes. Yeah, you'd been having to work weekends and stuff, right? Because of tax season? Definitely. Yeah, you made it through. Definitely better to be done with that. I can do a Danto Vanguard too, my friend. I want to get some black on the field, so we're going to do Siren Storm Tamer and Sacred Cat. Yes, yes I do. I do have my Dom box. 1 second. Angelic music plays. Ah. And I got the special card that goes with it. I already put it in a sleeve. The Fire Song Sun Speaker. Yes. I am fine with that. Do 4 damage to yourself. We should open a pack. I said I would wait until 3:30. Trying to get me to do it early, huh? Let's see. I think I'm gonna embalm the Sacred Cat. Aw, yeah. I'm gonna say no blockers this time. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start flying over his head. I like that this build has kind of several different ways where I can, like, Aven Wind Guide is great. Scarab God is great. God Pharaoh's Gift is great. I like that there are a lot of different ways to kind of do it. Okay. Put Anointer Priest out. He can be a little blocker. And I'm going to put Gate to the Afterlife out. And just keep swinging. Yeah. It was a good suggestion to add in the gates and stuff. Definitely gotta thank y'all for that. Block the biggest one. Because I can always get the Anointer Priest back. I'll take action. I'm going to discard the Zero Many Faces. Put this out, get a Swamp, I think, because I only have one thing that taps for black. You gotta take your pups out and then go to LGS, but it'll have your stream on there. Okay, thanks. I'll see you later, I guess. Gonna get a Swamp. And going to embalm the Anointer Priest. Always be gaining life. So I'm gonna do that. Well, maybe not. Just do that. See, we kill both, so. Well, let me think about this, because I have 6 now, right? So I can do the Wayward Servant. And then the Anointer Priest. And the Binding Mummy. So I get 3 creatures. Hello! How are you today? Woo! I always love hosting! Awesome! Thank you so much! Hello everybody! We're playing some Arena for now, and then around 3:30 we're gonna be unboxing Dominaria. Dominaria, if my stage whisper was not audible. Let's see, block that. I'll block that. Aww, your jelly got no pre-release cards. So I'm gonna gain life. Amy raid. Do I have enough now? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I should have enough to do Gate to the Afterlife now. Oh, you're the Amy. God, Pharaoh's Gift. And I'll do a Siren Storm Tamer, because I can. I believe I will get the Mist-Cloaked Herald. They're gonna lose a life. I'm gonna gain life. Just swing with these 2. Yes, very appreciated. So they're gonna try and gain some life. I'm gonna kill their last life linker. Should be able to survive the rest of the damage. Let's see, it's actually, I'll block. They have to let it die. Because they can't do the indestructible blah blah blah. And we'll go to combat. Yeah, and Evelyn guy, win for win. Woohoo! God Pharaoh's gift. It works. Claim an uncommon. Pop into the next game. It's not bad. We'll keep it. Meandering river first. Hello. It looks so disgusted. Maybe. We'll put that out. Okay. We'll put out a Danto Vanguard. I already have 2 blue and 2 white. So I think, and 2 black actually. So I guess I'll get another plains, because that's helpful. Can't utilize it all. So I think I will go into combat, swing. Probably not going to block it. And then put out a 1/3, hopefully good blocker. Didn't really feel like paying 4 life to save it. Because after all, I have another one. Got 5. I think best thing is to do a Wayward Servant, and then another Adanto Vanguard. And we'll pass, because they can block. Gonna enter combat. Gonna swing with these 2. Gonna deal the damage. And I guess we'll put out Aven Wind Guide. Oh, they were missing some colors there. I was just like, why aren't they doing anything? They weren't a mono deck. They were a tricolor deck. That was not good for them. That's a pretty good card. That's probably what I wanted to put in the red-white build, I just realized. Red-white dinosaurs. Excuse me. Sorry about that. No blue. I think we'll be alright. Thank you! Haha, see? Now we have blue, so it's no problem. I now have the option to put out a Danto, which I think I'm going to do. End turn. This seems like a mono red deck. Oh boy. Let's do submerged boneyard to get some blue out, and we'll put out the sacred cat. They will probably just exert their guy and deal 6 more damage to me. So I'm gonna be at 5. Or less. Ouch! Lightning strike. You can't really be that mad at a turn 4 win like that. It's like, that was pretty cool. You got the stuff in your hand and you're just like, you're dead. But in this case, you're dead. I demand more than 1 land. That is more than 1. I will keep that. With an additional land up top. Put out a meandering river, so we got that blue. And we'll do an adorned pouncer. That way I can kill their wayward servant if they swing it at me. Ooh, boy. I haven't seen a build like this before. It's a zombie deck. Okay. I'm gonna put out a plains. We're gonna say Gate to the Afterlife. Should I swing? I'd rather keep the blocker up. Okay, so their plan might just be to drain me. So I think I am going to start attacking. And I'm going to put out a Sacred Cat. And then I'm going to end the turn so that I can flash out Nimble Obstructionist or cycle it as I might need to. But I think I'll probably flash it out. Block the bigger one. Action. Put the Mythical Herald in there. I'm gonna end combat. Flash out my flyer. Great! I can Angel of Sanctions. Which is the worst one? think that one's putting in the most work. Because that's gaining him life, too. So we're going to try and attack him from the air. And hope that works. I also have a mana advantage on him, so that should help as well. And he was like, I can't fight flyers. Scoop. Ooh, it's glowing. Spell Swindle! That's a pretty good one. Okay. I'm gonna stick with the same deck. I'm actually gonna mulligan that, because I cannot play anything in this hand with that mana. It's a little better. Gonna do a Meandering River. And then next turn I can play my guy who's on the top here. Anointer Priest! They're thinking. I think allergies are getting me a little bit today. It's starting to not be quite so freezing. So stuff is coming back to life. I'm gonna get a swamp, because I don't have one yet. Or any black mana source, if it lets me grab it. There we go. And we'll say no attacks. I'm probably just gonna let the 3 through. Being a little bit strategic for a red-white. It's like, just punch me in the face, man. They must have a lot of options. Wish we could say that on this side. No blocks. I take 3. Second main phase. Anything coming out? Alright, I'm gonna cast Gate to the Afterlife. Hope they don't abrade it. And I'm gonna swing, because I'm not gonna block that. But now, if they kill my Anointed Priest, I can start filling up my graveyard with creatures. Angel of Condemnation. Can they just do creatures or more? No, the target creature. Okay. So my gate isn't in danger. I'm gonna put out Wayward Servant. And then I'm gonna do nothing. Though I suppose I actually could have attacked it to get it in the graveyard, that way they can't get rid of it. Which is probably what they're about to do. They're gonna attack. I am actually gonna block this time. I'm going to take action and draw a card. I'm going to discard Regal Caracal. I need to get rid of this first. But do I wait and just settle and try to get both of them? I think that is what I do. We're not there yet. Can't use it yet. We only have two creature cards in graveyard. They're probably a little scared. They're like, she left all her mana up. Should I cast a spell? What should I do? Alright, entering combat. They fall into my trap. Now they are going to have a lot of mana to do something with in their second main phase, but if they put out a big honking creature, I can Ixalan's Binding it. So, hoping we're going to be okay. Oh! Smart use! I'm okay with that. Oh no, they didn't get it back though. It must have been the way that it was stacked. Oh, I see what they were trying to do though. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes. They did the one at the end step. That's what they did. The non-exert one. I'm gonna try and stop them from casting it again. And then, I guess next turn I'll do the Scarab God and start bringing stuff back. Because it seems like I'm not getting enough stuff for my Gate to the Afterlife. Put out Scarab God. And it started playing some music. Every once in a while, Arena will be like, music. And I'll put out a Sacred Cat for good measure. I mean, that's the end of my turn. I was kind of thinking, like, I wonder if they have a cast out or something. That was the wrong... No. That was the wrong choice. Scarab God. You do it on the Scarab God, unless they have another one. People making interesting choices. I'm gonna block it with the cat. I'm not gonna gain the life. But I can eternalize it and then have a 4/4 with lifelink. So, hex yeah, I'm gonna do that. I don't think I clicked it in time. Which one should I get? I think I'm gonna get the Anointer Priest, just so that I can kind of start gaining some life. Yeah, I'm gonna bring in the cat as well, rather than eternalizing it. So I gain another life. And then I'm a little bit scared because they have, you know, all this untapped land, and like they could have a Settle the Wreckage also. But I'm gonna try. We'll see if anything happens. Looks like we're okay. I'm gonna add a stop this time so that I can eternalize in response to my upkeep trigger. They can swing their Adorned Pouncer if they would like. I will probably let it through. Guess they're thinking better of it. Okay. I'm gonna eternalize my guy, Regal Caracal. Get the tokens. I'm gonna gain 3 life. And then they should lose 3. They're gonna lose 3 life, and I'm gonna scry 3. I'm gonna put this at the top. And not super interested in those tap lands at this moment. Draw. Main phase. Gonna go into combat. Gonna swing my guys. He's gonna block. And maybe boost his guy up. Okay, so I have less life gain, but still, I think we're going to be okay. The monument, but probably too late for them. There are no creatures in my graveyard this time, so I'm not going to bother with the upkeep trigger. Sure. And we'll do Gate to the Afterlife and a Danto Vanguard. Gonna do you. Yeah, those three. Because it should be enough. Just in case they have a settle, I don't want to do my entire board. Only one of them needs to get through, so... It's like they could maybe flash out a cast out or something, but they would block one and then two would still go through. So that's kind of my thought process for swinging those three. And then damage. And damage again. Hooray! We did it! Bishop of the Bloodstained. It's a pretty good one for vampires. I think I'm going to swap over and try to do the red-green deck again. And hopefully this time it'll go a little better. Because I want to do the quest. You know? I'm gonna hope I get a third land. I do have a turn 1 play. Cross our fingers for the land drop. Uh-oh! Oh, I hope I get a land. I hope I get a land. I don't want to discard. No! Okay, shoot. You. Oh no! No, what's happening? What is happening right now? I guess that. Oh boy. Welcome to Discard the Gathering. kind of curious to see, like, at what point I'm going to get a land. I'm going to lose, but I'm just like, when am I going to get a land? I wonder. I'm not going to get to find out. That was pretty incredible. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I have, like, a normal amount of lands in the deck. Where are you? There you are. Little high, little high. I could maybe take out 1 or 2 cards. Yeah, but, you know, good amount of land. Oh, that's a good idea. To make sure that it's not going to be inverted. Yeah, I'm going to do one more game, since that one was quick, and then we'll do the unboxing, because it should be 3:30 by then, assuming I don't get annihilated again. Use the promo? For what? Already 3 lands, so this is a better start. This promo? How does that look? Is it inverted? On my screen it looks okay, I think. Huh? I think it's the right way. The text is a little... Okay, good. The text is a little bit small on my window. So yeah, we'll be able to jump right into it. Let's do green. Look at this. Look at this. We're 4 lands already. Okay. This is gonna be okay. Gonna be alright. Oh man, that was just terrible. Let's put them really close, yeah. Well, I think it'll help, because I have a different overlay that's like just my webcam, kind of big, so I'm hoping that'll help a bit. We're gonna do this, and we'll see if it resolves. Blue deck, you are unkind to me. Maybe all they have is a sensor. Then I have 1 open. Hey! I'm gonna draw a card too while I'm at it. They might be about to burn it. No card draw for me. Forerunner. I will take action. I am going to get... Trample Hasty Boy. And I'll end after that. Hello! How are you? They're probably gonna counter it, but I'll try anyway. Aww. Ooh, I cannot pay 4. That's a little too much. Yeah, you gotta rest up. Double magic spray? Double magic spray. I'm gonna go get a mountain. And I cannot cast that yet. I will cast this. I was gonna like, I'm gonna cast this because they can't counter it. Nope. Cannot. No blocks. They still got a lead on me, though. I hope you feel better soon, Mira. Do I want to block? I don't. Ugh, sorry, my allergy is really getting me today. Yes! Yes! Carnage Tyrant! Can't counter that! I will say no attacks. Because I'm a block with this guy, and then swing with him. Ha 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 ha. Well, only one will get through. Actually, 2. 2 will get through. Tyrant dies, but at least he doesn't have that crap out anymore. Oh, shnikey! Okay, which is more likely to resolve? This one, because it costs less. Going for it. Okay. I'm just gonna attack, man. I can't block with it anyway. It'll do 2 damage to them. I'm at 11. Hopefully they can't kill me this turn. Okay. Claim territory. Dinosaur. Done. Resolve. Yes! Oh no, it's not enough! Oh, they're still gonna kill me! No! Yeah, that was well fought. It happens. And that's why the quests are difficult. It's not 3:30 yet. I'm gonna play one more, because I told everybody 3:30 on the... I almost said on the Twitter. I told everybody 3:30 on Twitter. So I don't want to exclude people who show up at 3:30. So I'm going to do one more. I'll do Sun Empire again, so I'll either win quickly or die quickly, as I have been doing. In this case, probably die quickly, since they're a rank above me. But we'll see. Otopic Huntmaster, that's a good start. So, Timber Gorge turn 1, Mountain turn 2, Otopic Huntmaster. That's probably how it's gonna go. Timber Gorge. Mountain. Otopic. Interesting. Do Otopic again, and I'll do Evolving Wilds. And I will get a mountain? I'll get a mountain, because I have Force in hand. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for Dominaria. Counter target spell. Final heat for 1. Why am I excited for Dominaria? Well, I mean, I'm always excited for new cards, but it's also, like, I really like the legendary theme. I think that that's cool. I'm really liking the story with kind of everything coming back together in full circle, and have you seen that Teferi Planeswalker? Like, have you seen the madness that is that card? I hope I get that card. I probably won't because it's a mythic, but, you know, hopefully. Yeah, I feel like the wizard stuff, of course, this is me coming from a Commander lens, because I play Commander most of the time. I feel like the wizard stuff is like them apologizing and fixing the wizard Commander set, because it was so terrible. It was terrible on its own. It was not a precon that could be played against the other precons. That's for sure. Can I Carnage Tyrant next turn? I think I might be able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, I have enough green. I'll get another forest. I'm gonna do Carnage Tyrant, because it can't be countered. Are wizards viable now? I don't know. I've never been super into wizards. Yeah. Yeah, wizard tribal is definitely a thing in this set. They're bringing goblins back. We've got some knights and I've seen a couple of elves. Oh, I have a hair in my mouth. But maybe not enough to call it tribal. Oh, and the sapperling tribal. Yeah, the fungus and sapperling tribal. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. The kind of black green sacrifice your saplings and get stuff type deal. We're gonna try it. Then hopefully this can resolve. Unless they also have counter target creature spell in their hand. Which, of course they do! Of course they do. Teferi, the Planeswalker. This is starting to look familiar, isn't it? Yeah, the sapperlings and all that, that's going to be pretty interesting. I don't really have any decks like that, so I'm not as excited about that stuff. Oh, also, Lyra Dawnbringer, Angel Tribal. Some pretty crazy stuff. Awesome. That's a good time to get that card when I can't target their stuff. Do I even swing? I don't think I do. I wait. This is a sorcery too, so it's basically wasted. Wasted turn. You just came back to Magic after like 15 years? Yeah. So Dominaria probably feels like home a little bit. I don't really know what's good and what's not either. Not really. Here comes the card advantage. For anybody who is jumping on now, we're just going to wrap up this game of Arena and then get to the unboxing. See, I have it right here. Right here. I should probably treat it with more care. I'm excited, though. Atali Primal Storm? Can't be countered. I kind of like that idea. I'm going to do that. I'll take action. And I'm going to give it haste. And I'm going to swing it. Yes. Woohoo! That was super lucky! Alrighty. So now we're gonna swap over. Okay. Alright! Cool, so this looks like it's working okay. We've got the cards here. It looks like they're the proper direction. Alright. I need to get scissors to open up this box. You don't like the tribal stuff and the code words for different color pairings, but clearly you're in the minority of that. Everyone seems to so thoroughly enjoy them. Don't want to rain on anyone's parade, since I don't really understand it at all. Thank you for yeah, transition animation. It's XSplit. So this is what we got. We're gonna go ahead and open this guy up. Got my scissors here. I'm gonna try and be gentle. It's still got the wizard's shrink wrap on it. See, if you look, the shrink wrap actually has wizards on it. Yeah, it's a whole box. I'm excited. I bought this, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm done now, and because I need to save money. All right. So just, you know, get it done all at once. That's the thought. Oh my God! Please open. There's the packs inside. Alright, let's open up the first one. We got a Karn here. Ooh, it's actually kind of shiny. I don't know if you can see that. Alright. We've got Sergeant at Arms. Cold Water Snapper. Ooh, it's a hexproof guy. Arbor Armament. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. That creature gains reach till end of turn. That could be pretty good in some green decks. You know, if there's not a lot of flying. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put 2 of them in your hand and the other into your graveyard. Deals 2 damage to you. That's good for like dredge decks. Until you see a card that I want and then cave, yeah. Sparring Construct. So another thing about this set is historic. So there's going to be artifacts, and those artifacts count as historic cards, so you can use those to get those triggers. Destroy target creature. Okay, it's pretty straightforward. Dang. That's a common? Unwind. Counter target non-creature spell. Untap up to 3 lands. So basically, it's free. Basically. You have to have the land open, but still. Untap target artifact. +3/+3 and trample till end of turn. It's not bad for 2 mana. Gideon's Reproach. Deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Alright, here we go. And we're into the uncommons now. This is our first saga, the Eldest Reborn. Each opponent sacrifices a creature or planeswalker. This is already a saga I like, because instantly when you put it out, it does something good. Each opponent discards a card. Put target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's a good one. That is a good one. That'll probably go in, I have a Daxos build that's, it's a commander, black-white commander that cares about enchantments. Board the Weatherlight. Look at top 5 cards of your library, get a historic card, put it in your hand. That's the historic stuff. And again, historics are artifacts, legendaries, and sagas. Those new kind of enchantments. It's an enchantment subtype saga. Steel Leaf Champion. Can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. I have a mono green elf build that might go into. It's pretty good. He's a 5/4 for 3. That's not bad at all. And then they say you get 1 legendary per pack. This is the one I got. Garna the Blood Flame. It has flash, and when it enters the battlefield, return to your hand all creature cards in your graveyard that were put there from anywhere this turn. So if somebody just wheeled you, you can get your creatures back. If somebody did a board wipe, you get your creatures back. If you just milled yourself, you get those creatures back. Pretty awesome. And a nice pretty forest. Just normal one, but... And a 2/2 night token. Alright! That was the first pack. Here we go. Lots more to go. Looks like we got a bird cleric on this one. Alright. Artificer's Assistant. Cares about historic spells. Scry whenever you cast a historic spell. And it's a 1/1 flyer for 1, which isn't bad. Everything's inverted, so I'm having a tough time. Okay, Keldon Warcaller. When it attacks, put 1 counter on target saga you control. Okay, so this is saga manipulation, because the way that the sagas work, they get a lore counter whenever it's your upkeep. So this allows you to manipulate. You know, you can skip stage 2 or something, or go straight to a stage when it's before your upkeep. Generic 3/1 Knight for 2, which isn't terrible. Deep Freeze. I think that's a reprint. Make it a wall. It can be helpful for decks that are like graveyardy. You know, I'm bringing stuff back. It's like, haha, you can't use it, and it's not in your graveyard. Return up to 2 target creature cards from your graveyard to your hand. Soul Salvage. 3 mana. That is definitely not bad. 3/5 with reach. Ballast Gorger. It has kicker 4. If Ballast Gorger was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Okay. Rescue. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. That's, oh, you're gonna destroy my thing? Nope, I'm gonna take it back. Another Keldon Reader. When it enters the battlefield, discard a card if you do draw a card. Other than that, it's a generic 4/3. Mesa Unicorn. 2/2 lifelinker for 2. Not bad at all, especially for a common. Alright, we're into the uncommons. In Bolus's Clutches. Legendary Enchantment Aura. Pay 6, enchant permanent. You control enchanted permanent, and enchanted permanent is legendary. I like the flavor text. Your contract is in default. You belong to me now. Serve or die. Nico Bolas. Sage of Latnam. Tap, sack an artifact, draw a card. That could be good for, like, if you have a bunch of servos or treasures. That could be really good, depending on the context. Siege Gang Commander. When Siege Gang Commander enters the battlefield, create 3 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Pay 2 and sack a goblin and deals 2 damage to any target. Ready? Fire! And here's a legendary, Quende, Pride of Femeref. He is a legendary creature human knight, 2/2, with double strike, and creatures you control with first strike have double strike. So you have a whole bunch of first strikers in your deck, and you put this out, suddenly they're twice as strong. Kind of like that. Island. And a soldier token. That's good. I always need new soldier tokens. I have a mono white soldier. Right, the legendary borders. These are new borders. They're really awesome. Okay, here we go. Pack 3. Looks like we got a knight of some kind on the cover here. Another Sergeant at Arms. Befuddle. Target creature gets -4, -0 till end of turn, and draw a card. For 3 at instant speed. Not bad. Bloodstone Goblin. You know, I think this set is going to be really nice for Pauper. I don't play Pauper, but there are like a lot of nice commons in here. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, Bloodstone Goblin gets +1/+1 and gains Menace until end of turn. So you obviously put that in a kicker deck. The Arbor Armament again. Dark Bargain again. Crowsand Druid. Has kicker for 5. If it enters the battlefield and it was kicked, you gain 10 life. 10 life for 5 mana. Granted, you have to pay the other 3 as well, but still, that's pretty nifty. A 2/1 flyer that can't block, but it's an artifact, so it's a historic spell. Could be helpful in a historic deck, maybe. Rampaging Cyclops. It gets -2, -0 as long as 2 or more creatures are blocking it. That's just bad. Okay, but that's the first card that I've reacted like that to, so we're still okay. Another Rescue. An uncommon land. Memorial to Folly enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add a black, or you can pay 2 black and tap it, and sack it, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. Graveyard Retrieval. On Sarah's Wings. Ooh, look at that art. Look at that art, everybody. That's beautiful. It's a 4-drop legendary enchantment aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature is legendary, gets +1/+1, and has flying, vigilance, and lifelink. Yeah, they only printed one bad dude. Human Knight. Other creatures you control get +1/+1. Oh, so he's Anthem the creature. Alright. That's interesting. And then a swamp. Ooh, it's a foil swamp. Ooh. Pretty. And, oh, there's another legendary in here. It's the crappy one! Yargle, Glutton of Urborg. It's a 5-drop, 9/3. That's it. That's alright, though. I got a foil swamp, some other good cards in there, and a mountain. That was like an extra stuffed pack. That was interesting. Alright. Moving on to pack 4. I'm actually going to just open that up like that. Here's some of that wizard tribal we were talking about. Get to Journey Mage. When it enters the battlefield, if you control another wizard, Get to Journey Mage deals 2 damage to each opponent. So, little bonus effect if you have other wizards out. Invoke the Divine. Destroy a target artifact or enchantment, you gain 4 life. For only 3, and it's at instant speed. Nice. Voldalian Arcanist. It's a merfolk wizard. You can tap him to add a colorless and spend this mana only to cast an instant or sorcery spell. So, interesting kind of mana dork. Radiating Lightning. Deals 3 damage to target player and 1 damage to each creature that player controls at instant speed. Alright. That doesn't seem like it should be a common. Okay. Rat Colony! A deck can have any number of cards named Rat Colony. All rats. Corrosive Ooze. Whenever Corrosive Ooze blocks or becomes blocked by an equipped creature, destroy all equipment attached to that creature at the end of combat. Ooh. That's interesting. Okay. Cabal Paladin. Whenever you cast a historic spell, Cabal Paladin deals 2 damage to each opponent. So that's that kind of historic tribal. Another wizard. This is like a wizard pack. Academy Journey Mage. This spell costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard. When it enters the battlefield, return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Keldon Overseer. It's a 3/1 with haste. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target creature till end of turn. Untap the creature, gains haste till end of turn. Alright. Icy Manipulator. Pay 1 and tap to tap target artifact, creature, or land. That's interesting, but I feel like I guess if somebody were like, oh, I'm gonna Neverwhelm's Disc or something, you'd be like, no. Maybe that's what it's for. Could also stop a creature from attacking. It could stop like a Cabal Coffers or the new Cabal Coffers, Cabal Stronghold, to stop them from getting a bunch of extra mana. Final Parting. Search your library for 2 cards, put 1 in graveyard and the other in your hand. Or put 1 in your hand, the other in graveyard, then shuffle your library. I managed to read that backwards somehow. Yeah, it has some fringe use, yeah. But this is a good card, I feel like. Sleep now, brother. That is the one gift I can give you now. Oh. Mending of Dominaria! It's a rare saga. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard, then you may return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand for the first 2 chapters. And then the 3rd chapter, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield, then shuffle your graveyard into your library. Ooh. Foil. Legendary Bird Cleric. Whenever you cast a historic spell, return target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. To the battlefield. That's pretty great. And it's a foil, too. Ho, 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 ho. There are more cards behind here. Baird, Steward of Argive. It's a 4-drop legendary creature human soldier. It has vigilance, and creatures can't attack you or planeswalk you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. So he's kind of like a ghostly prison the creature, but only 1 instead of 2. Alright. Awesome. Definitely getting a good amount of value here. Regular land, island, and a soldier token. This is like Magic Christmas. Okay. Another of this stupid card, Radiating Lightning. See, I think it's a stupid card because I like token decks. So that's why I'm like, grr, why does this card exist? Adamant Will. Target creature gets +2/+2 and gains indestructible until end of turn. Combat tricks in white. I like it. Voldaean Arcanist. Oh, it's that mana dork again. Divest. Target player reveals their hand. You choose an artifact or creature card from it. That player discards that card. That's like an improved Duress. Grow from the Ashes. Search your library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, then shuffle your library. If the spell was kicked, instead search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield, shuffle your library. They don't enter tapped. They don't enter tapped, guys. That's phenomenal. That is great. Vicious Offering. It's a 2-drop instant with kicker, sacrifice a creature. Target creature gets -2/-2 till end of turn. If the spell was kicked, that creature gets -5/-5 till end of turn instead. Yeah. Kill indestructible things with that. Tragic Poet. Sacrifice Tragic Poet and return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. The Academy Journey Mage again. Baloth Gorger again. Urza's Tome. Draw a card, then discard a card unless you exile a historic card from your graveyard. Probably use that in historic type build. Memorial to War. Enters battlefield tapped. Tap it, add a red, or you can pay 5 and tap it and sacrifice it to destroy target land. You know, you would think this card wouldn't be that helpful, but it could actually be with some of the crazy Ixalan flip lands and like the Cabal Stronghold and all that. Ooh, Clifftop Retreat. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control a mountain or plains. That's a nice one. Cabal Paladin. Whenever you cast a historic spell, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Shiny this time. And here is my legendary. It is Prison Guy again. And a normal forest. And a 2/2 Knight token with Vigilance. Looks like maybe Teferi on the front. I don't know. He looks young for Teferi. Teferi's supposed to be like 50, or like up here 50. Obviously he's centuries old, but he's supposed to be like appearing about 50. I remember that because it said that he and his daughter appear to be the same age. Warlord's Fury. Creatures you control gain first strike until end of turn. Draw a card. You know what would be really funny? Pairing this up with that knight who says if your creatures have first strike, they have double strike. That would be super funny. And you draw a card on top of it. Card draw in red. Yeah. Generic 3/1 knight. Befuddle again. Skirk Prospector. Sacrifice a goblin, add a red. People were really excited about this card for Pauper especially. Caligo Skin Witch. He has Kicker for 4. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, each opponent discards 2 cards. Each opponent. Gaia's Protector. Must be blocked if able. Windgrace Acolyte. Flying, and when it enters the battlefield, put top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and you gain 3 life. So that seems dredgy. Oh, it's a black cat warrior. Huh. Interesting. Yavimaya Shepherd. Yeah, if you can do X goblins, then it's probably pretty good. Yeah. When Yavimaya Shepherd enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 green sapperling creature token. Now we're starting to talk about sapperlings a little bit. Fungus sapperling business. There's that flyer that can't block. There's the crappy Cyclops. Hey, create 3 1/1 green sapling tokens. Damping Sphere. Damping Sphere. The land is tapped for 2 or more mana. It produces 1 colorless instead of any other type and amount. Each spell a player casts costs 1 more to cast for each other spell that player has cast this turn. Also known as Slow Down. It does. We'll just like look at that for a second. It's pretty. Ah, another land. Enters the battlefield tapped unless you control an island or a mountain. Wrath Capuchin. Ship's Mage. Flash flying, and you may cast historic spells as though they had flash. Artifacts, legendaries, and sagas are historic. Just be like, I'm a play on my own time. Oh, that almost looks like Stonehenge or something. Nice plains, and then a sapperling. That's nice that the sapperling token came with the cards that had sapperlings about it. Okay. Invoke the Divine. Opt. Opt was in Ixalan as well. Just seems to be a good staple-y card. Get to Journey Mage again. The Cat Warrior. Arbor Armament. Shivan Fire, that's new. Kicker 4. Deals 2 damage to target creature. If the spell was kicked... My computer fell asleep for a second. Deals 2 damage to target creature. If the spell was kicked, it deals 4 damage to that creature instead. I'm sorry, card. It's a common. It's okay. Sparring Construct. It's only 1 for a 1-drop, and when it dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Oh, that's funny, because it's like it by sparring, it made another guy stronger. I kind of like that. Gideon's Reproach again. Llanowar Elves. Reprint. Valid Omnivore. It is a fungus. Pay 1, sacrifice another creature. It gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If a Saproling was sacrificed this way, you gain 2 life. Clearly my grip is not good enough. Uncommons. Sentinel the Pearl Trident. It's a 5-drop, 3/3 with Flash. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target historic permanent you control. If you do, return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Protection. Warcry Phoenix. Phoenixes are always good. It's a 4-drop, 2/2 with Flying and Haste. Whenever you attack with 3 or more creatures, you may pay 2 generic and red. If you do, return Warcry Phoenix from your graveyard to the battlefield, tapped and attacking. Recursion. And we have a Saga, Mythic Rare Saga. This is our first Mythic Rare, guys. It's a 3-drop. First 2 chapters, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance. And on the 3rd chapter, knights you control get +2/+1 until end of turn. That's okay. I feel like you would run like Knight Tribal or something. I don't know. That's okay. Arvad the Cursed. Death Touch and Lifelink and other legendary creatures you control get +2/+2. Legendary Tribal. And a Forest. And a Saproling token. I'm going to drink water for a second. Because I am talking a lot. All right. Sarah's Disciple. It's a... Thought I was going to sneeze, didn't. Sarah's Disciple. It's a 2-drop, 1/1 flying first strike. Whenever you cast a historic spell, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Homerid Explorer. When it enters the battlefield, target player puts the top 4 cards of their library into their graveyard. It's mill for... I know somebody was into mill. Get 2 Lava Runner. As long as there are 2 or more instant or sorcery cards in your graveyard, it gets +1/+0 and it has haste. Oh, and that's like, that's as long as there are. So unless someone like empties your graveyard out, that's not bad for a 1-drop. Adamant Will, the indestructible combat trick. Llanowar Envoy. It is... I mean, like, I guess if you're desperate for mana fixing, but I feel like that's not that good, because you're paying in 2 mana and getting out 1. So, eh. Rat Colony. Blessed Light. Exile target creature or enchantment. At instant speed. Alright. Keldon Overseer, which takes a creature. Academy Journey Mage again. Tragic Poet again. Champion of the Flame. He is a 2-drop 1/1 with trample, and it gets +2/+2 for each aura and equipment attached to it. So obviously you would run this in an equipment deck, probably. There seemed to be a red-white equipment theme. The Flame of Keld Saga. Pay 2 and discard your hand. So you probably want to play this card when you don't have very many cards in your hand. And then 2, draw 2 cards. And then 3, if a red source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player this turn, it deals that much damage +2 to that permanent or player instead. Why couldn't they just double it? Just double it. I mean, maybe because it's not enough mana. Forebear's Blade. It's a 3-drop. Equipped creature gets +3/+0 and has Vigilance and Trample. Whenever it dies, attach Forebear's Blade to target creature you control. Alright, okay. So, if you have a bunch of tokens or something and you're swinging and they have Trample and getting through. Shanna, Sisay's Legacy. Can't be the target of abilities your opponents control, and it gets +1/+1 for each creature you control. Tokens. Not quite hexproof, but got a pretty island. And a dragon token! It's a legendary one. Here comes the next one. This one's fighting me a little bit. There we go. All right. Generic Knight. Deep Freeze. Skirk Prospector. Llanowar Envoy. Yeah, come on, blue, right? Caligo Skin Witch. This was the discard a card, draw a card guy. Here's a new one. Broken Bond. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Huh. That's... I feel like that's a decent amount of value for 2 mana. Wow. Divination. Pay 3, draw 2 cards. The Lifelink Unicorn. Memorial to Genius. I sense a memorial theme. Enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add blue, and you can pay, looks like 5, and tap it, sacrifice it, and draw 2 cards. That could be helpful for, like, late game maybe, if you're desperate for cards. Hello! Yeah, I'm not huge on red myself, but a lot of people are really excited about Skirk Prospector for sure. Nature's Spiral. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand for just 2 mana. Not bad at all. Curator's Ward. It's a 3-drop aura. It's enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent has hexproof. When enchanted permanent leaves the battlefield, if it was historic, draw 2 cards. See me, I'm just like, ooh, this would definitely go in a deck, in a commander deck, because you put this on your commander, which is automatically a legendary creature. And then if it dies for some other way, you get to draw 2 cards off of it. That's a lot of value. That's great. Blessed Light again. Oh, is this a foil? This is a foil of Blessed Light. Look at that. Look at how shiny the light is. It's going to exile your creatures and enchantments. Who was wanting blue? Navan, Dean of Iteration. If a wizard entering the battlefield under your control causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Fixing that wizard pre-con commander build. Or attempting to. Nice Plains. and sapling. Opening the pack. There's the Lava Runner again. Adamant Will again. Indestructible. Opt. Stronghold Confessor. A 1/1 for 1. It has Kicker 3. It has Menace. And if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. That's a really nice kicker. Pierce the Sky. This is a common for some reason. One, I can't even talk. 1 generic, 1 green for an instant. Pierce the Sky deals 7 damage to target creature with flying. Screw you, dragons. That's what that is. Yeah, the new Opt art is nice. It features Teferi, I'm pretty sure. Sapperling Migration. Make some sap tokens. That's what that says. Either some or more. Blink of an eye. It also has Kicker. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, also draw a card. Seismic Shift. It is a 4-drop sorcery. Destroy target land, and up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn. Aven Sentry. Looks like generic 3/2 flyer. Cabal Evangel. Generic bear. Another copy of the Eldest Reborn. This is the saga I actually like, because it does something on Chapter 1. Dauntless Bodyguard. 1-drop 2/1. As it enters the battlefield, choose another creature you control. You can sack it, and the chosen creature gains indestructible till end of turn. That is not bad at all for a 1-drop. Howling Golem. Oh, it's a Howling Mine on a stick. Kind of. Not really. But it has the howling, it's meant to evoke it. 3-drop, whenever it attacks or blocks, each player draws a card. And Jorah. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. It's our second mythic. Got a swamp and a knight. A playset in humans, yeah. Some human tribal. Are there very many cards that care about humans? There seem to be some that care about like knights and stuff with this set. Healing Grace. Prevent the next 3 damage that would be dealt to any target this turn by a source of your choice, and you gain 3 life. Relic Runner. It cannot be blocked if you've cast a historic spell this turn. Throw that in the Jorah deck, right? Warlord's Fury. The first strike. Gift of Growth. Pay 2, but you can also kick it for 2. Untap target creature. It gets +2/+2 till end of turn. If it was kicked, the creature gets +4/+4 till end of turn instead. That's the, surprise! I'm blocking and you're dead. 5-color humans in Modern. Okay. Soul Salvage again. Call the Cavalry. Night tokens with Vigilance. Ancient Animus. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control if it's legendary. Then it fights target creature an opponent controls. Ha! Power Stone Shard. Add 1 colorless for each artifact you control named Power Stone Shard. Oh, if you have multiple copies of this, that could get kind of stupid. Because if you have like 3 copies of it, then each one taps for 3 colorless. So I guess the maximum would be 4 copies, and then each copy would count for 4, and then that's 16. That's a lot. Unwind, for all you blue players. I already got one. Now I have another. Another Thallid. When it dies, create a sap. Untamed Kavu. Kicker 3, Vigilance Trample. If it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 3 +1/+1 counters on it. Did I already see that card? I think I saw a similar card. Orcish Vandal. Tap and sacrifice an artifact. It deals 2 damage to any target. Another one of these lands. Enters battlefield tapped unless you control a forest or island. Tetsuko Umezawa, Fugitive. Creatures you control with power or toughness 1 or less can't be blocked. So probably what you would want to do with this deck, I would think, is get like a bunch of 3/1s and 4/1s and stuff, and then just have to be in blue though. Not sure. Could be viable for Commander or Brawl, maybe. Got a mountain. A Saproling. Ooh, that's a very floral Saproling. Look at that token. You know what's beautiful about this? We've only just begun. We have so much more. Oh boy. Got Jaya on the front of this one. Hey, blue player, Syncopate. Counter target spell unless its controller pays X. If that spell is countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into its owner's graveyard. I like that art. Guru Chronicler. Enters battlefield. If it was kicked, return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. So that's interesting because it's kind of the kicker thing, but it's also wizards. I'd say it's probably more wizards than instants and sorceries. Dub. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 as first strike and is a knight in addition to its other types. I like the cards that are really literal. Relic Runner. That's the one that can't be blocked if you cast a Historic spell. Soul Salvage. The 3/5 reach guy. The discard a card, draw a card guy. Pegasus Courser. It is a 1/3 flyer, and when it attacks, another attacking creature gets flying till end of turn. That could be pretty helpful in certain circumstances. Fungal Infection. Target creature gets -1/-1 till end of turn and create a 1/1 Saproling creature token. A Rescue. Into the uncommons. Sarah Angel. Nice reprint. Got that art there. Chainer's Torment. It deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life for the first 2 chapters. And then you create an XX Black Nightmare Horror creature token where X is half your life total rounded up, and it deals X damage to you. It was sounding good until then. It doesn't even have haste. Gaia's Blessing. Target player shuffles up to 3 target cards from their graveyard into their library, draw a card, and if it is put into your graveyard from your library, shuffle your graveyard into your library. It's nice art. Kazarov, Sengir Pure Blood. Syncopate and Relic Runner really remind me of arts we saw back in Zendikar or Shadows over Innistrad block. Yeah. I mean, maybe it's the same artists. It is a 7-drop 4/4 with flying, and whenever a creature an opponent controls is dealt damage, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Oh. It doesn't have to even be you doing the damage. And then you can pay 4 to deal 2 damage to target creature. That's pretty good. I might have to make room for that in my vampire deck, because that is pretty good. Swamp. And a sap. Fervent Strike. Target creature gets +1/+0 and gains first strike and haste until end of turn. I think I like that other 1-drop red card better, where it gives them all first strike. Another Sergeant at Arms. Another Befuddle. See, it's a common, so we get lots of them. Goblin, folks. Bloodstone Goblin. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, Bloodstone Goblin... Oh, I think I did see this one already. Probably seen most of them already. Caligo Skin Witch, Gaia's Protector. Yep, we are opening packs indeed. Fungal Infection, Tragic Poet again. Yavimaya Shepherd. Into the uncommons. Wizard's Lightning. This spell costs 2 less to cast if you control a wizard. Repeat, it costs 1 red if you control a wizard. It deals 3 damage to any target. What? What is that? Another copy of On Sarah's Wings. We'll just look at it for a second because it is so beautiful. Goblin Chain Whirler. There seems to be a theme of, like, 3 colored mana creatures. It is a Goblin Warrior. It has, yeah, a standard Lightning Bolt, right? Yeah, if you control a wizard. Yep. First strike. When Goblin Chain Whirler enters battlefield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. So, token deck, screw you. And it's Tiana, Ship's Caretaker. She's a 5-drop 3/3 with flying and first strike, and whenever an aura or equipment you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. She fixes stuff. And a forest. And an elemental. Okay, another Adamant Well. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Frenzied Rage. Gets +2/+1 and has Menace. Benelish Honor Guard. It gets +1/+0 for each legendary creature you control. Okay, so can we get to a standard wizard deck, though? I mean, I feel like they're trying with Dominaria. There are some decent wizards in here, so I think they're trying. Llanowar Scout. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Ooh, that's terrific. Your sneeze legit sounds like you... I know. My sneezes are like supersonic. I'm sorry. I will try not to do them. Stronghold Confessor. Menace. Kicked. There's battlefield, 2/+1/+1 counters on it. Vicious Offering. Short Sword. That's new. It is a 1-drop equipment. Equip creature gets +1/+1, equip 1. That is the most generic equipment I have ever seen in my life. Sometimes the only difference between a martyr and a hero is a sword. Captain Sisay Memoirs. I like it. I like it. I feel like a wizard deck would be a thing with support from the next set. Possibly. They're trying to include some in here, but yeah, maybe even more from the next one. Pegasus Courser. That's a good card. That's a common. It gives another attacking creature flying till end of turn. It's great. What is the next set? Indeed. Have they announced it yet? They probably have. Has it been confirmed that it's a return to Ravnica? Because I know they kind of been hinting that they're going to go back. Let's see if they have the schedule up. Another Blessed Light. Not a foil this time, but we'll take it. Elfheim Druid. Ooh, wrong way. That's pretty good. It is add green, but you can add 2 green to spend mana to cast kick spells. Nice twist on the mana dork there. Another Memorial to War. Destroys a target land. Wild Onslaught. It is a 4-drop with Kicker 4. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, but if it was kicked, put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control instead. And we have Torgar, Famine Incarnate. It is an 8-drop, 7/6 legendary creature avatar. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures, and the spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacrificed this way. So you could sacrifice 3 creatures, and it's 2 black. When it enters the battlefield, up to one target player's life total becomes half their starting life total, rounded down. That's how you screw up a life gain deck, for sure. And then we've got a Plains and a Cleric. Return to Ravnica. Yeah. Coming soon. So, what it has under Coming Soon, Dominaria, obviously, Commander Anthology Volume 2, Battle Bond, Signature Spellbook Jace, Global Series, Zhang Yangyu and Mu Yangling, I don't know what that is, Core Set 2019 and Commander 2018. That's what it's got on the what's coming up next. So, we'll see, I guess. Artificer's Assistant. Keldon Warcaller. Whenever it attacks, put a lore counter on target saga you control. Another Healing Grace. Feral Abomination. 6-drop 5/5 with Death Touch. Okay. Another Gift of Growth. Another Voltaic Servant. Run Amok. Gideon's Reproach. Valid Omnivore. Jousting Lance, that's a new equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+0. As long as it is your turn, equipped creature has first strike. Wizard's Lightning again. I mean, I'm happy. I'm just like, why does this card exist? It's so good. Salad Soothsayer. Sacrifice a creature and draw a card. Dargaz Reincarnated. It's flying, trample, and haste. It's a 7/7. If it would die, instead exile it with 3 egg counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, if it has exiled with an egg counter on it, remove an egg counter. Then if it has no egg counters, return it to the battlefield. So basically, If you kill it, it gets suspend 3. I think that speaks for itself. We also got Halar, the Fire Fletcher. It has trample. Whenever you cast a spell, if that spell was kicked, put a +1/+1 counter on Halar, the Fire Fletcher, and then Halar deals damage equal to the number of +1/+1 counters to each opponent. So this is the card that you run as a commander for a kicker deck, basically. Nice Forest, and a sap token. Whose lance is it? It doesn't have any flavor text on the Jousting Lance. I mean, I guess there are a lot of knights and stuff. Okay, Benelish Honor Guard, Artificer's Assistant. So I'm going through the comments a little bit faster now because we've seen most of them. Mammoth Spider, Dredge Sentinel. It is a 3-drop, 2/1, but it has 3, and tap it, it gains indestructible till end of turn. First strike when you attack and offers 0 defense. Yeah. Academy Drake. It is flying, and if it was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it. I feel like that's not that good. Seismic Shift. Voltaic Servant. Eviscerate. Destroy target creature. Pardic Wanderer. 6-drop, 5/5 with trample. Knight of Grace. 1 generic, 1 white. First strike, 2/2, hexproof from black. And Knight of Grace gets +1/+0 as long as any player controls a black permanent. Spore Crown Thallid. 1 generic, 1 green. For a fungus, each other creature you control that is a fungus or sapperling gets +1/+1. And it's not legendary, so you can put 4 of these in your deck and stack them. That's great. Helm of the Host. This stupid thing. It is a 4-drop legendary artifact equipment. At the beginning of combat on your turn, create a token that's a copy of equipped creature, except the token isn't legendary if the equipped creature is legendary. That token gains haste. Equip 5. Notice that there's nothing about, say, exile it at the end step. Nope, you just keep it. Can we stop and appreciate how gracefully they dealt with protection from, hexproof from? A little bit different than protection from. Shanna Sisay's Legacy, another one that's like, not quite hexproof. An island and a sap. Okay, invoke the Divine, opt, look at that pretty opt art again. Feral Abomination, Llanowar Envoy, Blood Tallow Candle, that's new, 1-drop artifact, you can pay, what is that, 6? Yeah, and sacrifice it and target creature gets -5/-5 till end of turn. Ancient Animus. Fiery Intervention. It is a 5-drop sorcery. Choose 1. It deals 5 damage to target creature or destroy target artifact. I like the tree fighting the giant robot. It also looks like Chandra there. Your new goal is to find and try out all the different ways you can break Helm of the Host in Commander. Navigator's Compass, 1-drop, When it enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life. Tap it, and until end of turn, target land you control becomes the basic land type of your choice, in addition to its other types. So, mana fixing, I guess. Cloud Reader Sphinx. 5-drop flyer. When it enters the battlefield, scry 2. Another Cabal Evangel. Fire Fist Adept. Here's another wizard. It's a 5-drop 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to target creature an opponent controls, where X is the number of wizards you control. It's not that great. Chainer's Torment again. Goblin Barrage. You pay 4. You can kick it to sacrifice an artifact or goblin, and it deals 4 damage to target creature. If the spell was kicked, it also deals 4 damage to target player or planeswalker. This card. Let's talk about this card for a second. Alice on Witness. It is a 6-drop, 4/4 legendary avatar with lifelink. You can pay 4 and exchange your life total with Evra's power. So, if you're swinging this guy, this avatar, and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna block it or something, and so you're like, okay, I know it's not gonna die. Let me go ahead and swap over, and I'll just do 20 damage to someone, or if you're in your commander, 40 damage to someone. Let's just kill somebody, kill someone, and then you gain 4 life from it. It's a dumb card. Swamp. Sap. So it is a little bit scary because, you are leaving yourself vulnerable at 4 life for a second. But you do not want to have any chumpers with this on board. Yeah, that's why I was saying, swing it when it's safe. Or, give it Sarah's wings or something, like give it flying, so that way it tends to not matter. Something like that. It's definitely a risk-reward card, but it's pretty great. Frenzied Rage, Benevolent Honor Guard, Gift of Growth, Cabal of Angel, Aven Sentry, Skittering Surveyor. I think this one's new. It's a 3-drop artifact construct. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Kind of like a Solemn Simulacrum, but half of it. Primordial Worm, generic 7/6. The Academy Drake, another Memorial to Genius. Juggernaut. I like that new art. I like it. It kind of looks like a ram on the top. Urza's machines have a splendid habit of excavating themselves. And we have the Antiquities War. It's a 4-drop blue saga enchantment. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then on the 3rd chapter, artifacts you control become artifact creatures with base power and toughness 5/5 until end of turn. Yeah, I'm thinking that doesn't stay on the battlefield, probably, to get that far. But if it did, that would be pretty great. Look at the lightning. Foil, in case it wasn't obvious. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each aura and equipment attached to him, create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. and a mountain, and a cleric. All right. That's a really nice looking foil. Okay, Sarah's Disciple, Talarian Scholar, looks like it's a generic 2/3. Radiating Lightning, this stupid thing, it's actually great. Adamant Will, Grow from Ashes. Yeah, this is the land search where it comes in untapped. Very nice. Blessing of Belzenlock. Target creature gets +2/+1 till end of turn. If it's legendary, it also gains lifelink till end of turn. It's nice. Tragic Poet. Academy Journey Mage. Baloth Gorger. Guardian of Koilos. It's a 5-drop 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may return another target historic permanent you control to its owner's hand. But it doesn't have Flash. I guess you would have to have What's-His-Face out. What's-His-Face being male caption, whose first name I can't remember right now. Cast down. Destroy target non-legendary creature. Seal away. Flash. When it enters the battlefield, exile target tapped creature an opponent controls until Seal Away leaves the battlefield. Nice removal in here. Ooh, it's our first legendary sorcery, guys! Primeval's Glorious Rebirth. It's a 7-drop. Return all legendary permanent cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Permanent cards, so that's lands, that's any legendary enchantments or artifacts you might have, as well as creatures and any planeswalkers. Pretty good value depending on the build of your deck. Urgoros, the Empty One. It is a 6-drop 4/3 flyer. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card at random. And if the player can't, you draw a card. A forest. A little waterfall there. And then a sapling. I think we might be about halfway through, guys. See, this is why I bought this, and then I'm being done for Dominaria. To save my monies. Okay. Sergeant-at-Arms, Coldwater Snapper, Bloodstone Goblin, Excavation Elephant. That's a new one. It's 5-drop, 3/5 with kicker 1 and a white. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return target artifact card from a graveyard to your hand. Not bad. Dredge Sentinel, Mammoth Spider, Partic Wanderer, the Crafty Cyclops, Divination, that's his name now, Vicious Offering, Memorial to Unity, this is the green Memorial land. Enters the battlefield tapped, you can tap it for a green, and pay 2 generic and a green and tap it and sack it. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Orcish Vandal. Territorial Allosaurus. It's a 4-drop, 5/5, already good. Has kicker 2 and a green. When Territorial Allosaurus enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, it fights another target creature. Removal in green. It's another Tiana. Plains and sapling. I feel like I'm sensing the legendary theme of this set. I think they're doing good. How goes the box? Anything good? Yeah, we've gotten some good stuff. We got 2 Tianas. We got this black enchantment saga that causes opponents to sacrifice their creatures. We've got Evra, Halcyon Witness, which is the lifelink one where you can trade it for your life total. We got the black-white legendary sorcery. Lots of good stuff. Oh, yeah, and a foil Wizard's Lightning, which is the one where it costs 1 to deal 3 damage to any target if you control a wizard. Otherwise, it costs 3. Pretty great. I'm going to take a drink of water for a second. Also got Wrath Capuchin. A lot of good stuff. This is a good box. There have been very few cards where I've been like, this card is lame. So, yeah, would recommend. And we're only about halfway through, a little more than halfway through. Excavation Element, Armored Explorer, get to Lava Runner. I'm going fast through the commons because we've already seen most of them. Sarah Disciple, Dark Bargain. Did we see Dark Bargain already? Look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 2 of them in your hand and the other into your graveyard. Dark Bargain deals 2 damage to you. Okay. Crowsand Druid. That's the 10 life one. Feral Abomination. Bardic Wanderer. The Crappy Cyclops. Divination. This is new. New uncommon. Skizix. It is an elemental. 4-drop 5/3 with kicker red, trample and haste. At the beginning of the end step, if it wasn't kicked, sacrifice it. Yeah, that's how the set is though, even if you don't get something amazing. Yeah, it's pretty, even the commons are decent. Knight of Malice. This is the opposite of the other knight that we got. This first strike, hexproof from white, and it gets +1/+0 as long as the player controls a white permanent. So that's just so good, you're not really disappointed. Yeah. Dreadshade. Yeah. Depending on how much mana you have, that could be really good. It's another one of those 3-colored mana for a creature. Gets +1/+1 till end of turn. And we got Slimefoot, the Stowaway, which a lot of people have been talking about. Legendary creature Fungus. Whenever a sapling you control dies, Slimefoot the Stowaway deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. And you can pay 4 to create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. So it gives you the option of a mana sink too. I think Commander decks will be had, possibly Brawl decks as well, around this card. And we've got a swamp. That's a nice looking swamp. Look at that art. If I can get my fingers out of the way. Look at that. It's pretty. Nice sapling. We've only gotten, I think it's 2 mythics so far. So hoping for at least 1 more of those. Fungus Among Us. Charge. Creatures you control get +1/+1 till end of turn. Arcane Flight. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. That is some decent value for 1 blue. Yeah. I also like that it's a cat. Get to Chronicler. I need to change hands. This hand's getting tired. Ugh. How do I do this? Maybe I have to suck it up with this hand. Ugh, stretch it out. Okay. Boundless Honor Guard. Mammoth Spider. Whoa! Dredge Sentinel. Here, I have a new idea. I'm going to go through the commons down here, and then I'll hold up the new ones. How about that? Broken Bond, Divination, Mesa Unicorn. We got another Sarah's Angel. Pretty new alternate art for that. Another Juggernaut. We got a rare Mishra's Self Replicator. Whenever you cast a historic spell, you may pay 1. If you do, create a token that's a copy of Mishra's Self Replicator. And then all of those copies will have that ability as well. So this could get out of control. Someone really has a thing for flying cats. And I got Slinvada, the Rising Deep. It is an 8-drop, 8/8. It has kicker, 1 generic, and a blue. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, return all creatures to their owner's hands except for merfolk, krakens, leviathans, octopuses, and serpents. Under the Sea Tribal? Maybe? And we have a swamp and a sapling. Don't you just love the opening of the pack sound? We've got a Relic Runner, Fire Elemental. I don't know if we've seen that before, but it's just a generic 5/4. Charge, Arcane Flight, Grow from the Ashes, Blessing of Belzenlock, Broken Bond, Academy Journey Mage, Keldon Overseer, Baloth Gorger, Icy Manipulator, Howling Golem. Alright. The first Eruption. It is 2 generic and a red for a Saga. The first Eruption deals 1 damage to each creature without flying. Chapter 2, it adds 2 red to your mana pool. And Chapter 3, sacrifice a mountain, and if you do, it deals 3 damage to each creature. Maybe good for red. We got another copy of Arvad the Cursed. And a mountain and a sapling. Opening the packs. Opening the packs. A new common. The Avenant Trapper. Whenever you cast a historic spell, tap target creature and opponent controls. Then we've got Coldwater Snapper, which is Hexproof guy. Fervent Strike, Gaia's Protector. Windgrace Acolyte, Flying Cat again. Saproling Migration, Jousting Lance, Run Amok. New common, Blink of an Eye. And it has kicker, return target non-land... Oh, actually, we might have had this once before. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell was kicked, draw a card. Might have had that once before. Deathbloom Ballad. Goblin War Chief. Goblin spells you cast cost 1 less to cast, and goblins you control have haste. Goblins, guys. It's a thing this set. You like Eruption and Limited. Play on curb, and then maybe kill off tokens and mana dorks, ramp for extra 2 to play a bomb, and then sweep the board for 3. Yeah. We got another, red is kind of like my least favorite color. I don't super like it. It's too, I don't know. It's okay. I get why other people like it. It's just not my thing. Memorial to Glory. It enters tapped. You can tap it for a white. Might need to revisit Mono Red Zada again, yeah. Got some new support, for sure. 3 generic and a white, and tap to sacrifice it. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens. I actually kind of feel like that's the least good memorial yet. And it's white, which is like my favorite color, but it's alright. Whoa! So something I'm noticing, the cards have a new coating on them, and I feel like it's making them a little bit more slippery. But they said that it's like better quality and it'll be like better for the cards. And you sleeve them anyway. I got a Black Blade Reforged! Yeah! It is a 2 generic, for equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Equip legendary creature, only 3. Otherwise, equip for 7. Yup. It's pretty good. And I have Grun, the Lonely King. It's a 6-drop for a 5/5 with kicker 3. If Grun the Lonely King was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 5 +1/+1 counters on it. Whenever Grun attacks alone, Double its power and toughness until end of turn. 20 at your face. That's what this card does. 20 at your face. A mountain. And a zombie knight. 20 at your face. That king is a little crazy. Are we gonna get a planeswalker in this box, guys? I don't know. We're starting to run low. Got another Syncopate. Get you Chronicler, Dub, Pierce the Sky, Divest, Saproling Migration, Jousting Lance, Run Amok, Blink of an Eye, Deathbloom Thallid. We got another Memorial to Unity. Merfolk Trickster. It has Flash. When it enters the battlefield, tap target creature an opponent controls. It loses all abilities until end of turn. Give it trample and start yelling, "Face is the place!" Yep. Another one of the 3 colored creature set. It is a Djinn with flying, and it gets +1/+0 for each basic island you control. So it could be pretty good in a mono blue deck. Got Rona, Disciple of Gix. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile target historic card from your graveyard. You may cast non-land cards exiled with Rona, and you can pay 4 and tap to exile the top card of your library. And then Forest and a Saproling. Getting down to it, getting down to it. Oh, there's still more in here. There's still a lot more. Boxes, they're great! Ah! Okay, Fire Elemental, Charge, Arcane Flight, Dredge Sentinel, Landwar Envoy. This is new. Demonic Vigor. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1. When enchanted creature dies, return that card to its owner's hand. That is not bad at all. A Power Stone Shard. When there are more, they are better. Shivan Fire, Call to the Cavalry, Landwar Elves. Into the uncommons. That's a big word. Amaranthine Wall. It's a 4-drop, 0/6 defender. And you can pay 2 to give it indestructible till end of turn. So it's like you will not pass. Ooh! Thorn Elemental. It is 5 generic, 2 green, 7/7. You may have it assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. It's like a mini siege behemoth. That's pretty nifty. We got another legendary sorcery. Yawgmoth's Vile Offering. Put up to 1 target creature or planeswalker card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker and exile this card. Yup. For 5 mana. The trick is you have to have a legendary permanent out, or no, you have to have a legendary creature or planeswalker out, but still, guys, that's pretty good. Whisper Blood Liturgist. Can tap and sacrifice 2 creatures, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's not bad at all. Especially if it's in that, like, black-green Saproling deck where you're spawning a bunch of Saprolings to sacrifice. That would be pretty good. And an island and a Saproling. Okay. Get you Lava Runner, Sarah Disciple, Tolarian Scholar. Yeah, but he's dead. They seem, I don't know, they seem to not like to make cards for characters that are dead. At least not in like standard. Cause in the vampire deck, they made a card for Marcel the Pretender. And he's been dead a long time, at least probably. So maybe he'll get a card in Commander or some other wacky format at some point. Stronghold Confessor, Pierce the Sky, Aven Sentry, Skittering Surveyor, Primordial Worm, Academy Drake, Demonic Vigor, Cast Down. This is uncommon. We saw it already though. Destroy target non-legendary creature. Sage of Latinam we also saw. Sacrifice an artifact, draw a card. Thran Temporal Gateway. It is a 4-drop for a legendary artifact. Pay 4 and tap. You may put a historic permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. It's kind of like a Quicksilver Amulet, but only for legendary creatures, but you can also do artifacts or sagas. So, interesting. Another Urgoros the Empty One. When it deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card at random. If the player can't, you draw a card. And to Plains. And a Soldier. This one's fighting me. Arrgh. Healing Grace, another Deep Freeze, Fervent Strike, Feral Abomination, Thallid Omnivore, Jousting Lance, Sapperling Migration, Blink of an Eye, Seismic Shift, Lingering Phantom. This is new. It is a 6-drop 5/4. When you cast a historic spell, you may pay black. If you do, return Lingering Phantom from your graveyard to your hand. Shield of the Realm. It's a 2-drop equipment. If a source would deal damage to equipped creature, prevent 2 of that damage and equip 1. New Saga, the Mirari Conjecture. Return target instant card from your graveyard to your hand. Chapter 2, return target sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. And Chapter 3, until end of turn, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, copy it, and you may choose new targets for the copy. And we have a foil Thorn Elemental. Ooh, this is the one that can assign combat damage as though it weren't blocked. Here's your wizard commander, guys. Adeliz the Cinder Wind. 1 blue, red. 2/2 Flying Haste. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, wizards you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. And swamp. And night. Okay. Yeah, super prowess. Exactly. Fire Elemental, Dub, Tolarian Scholar, Frenzied Rage, Grow from the Ashes, Blessing of Belzenlock, Bowlith Gorger, Guardian of Koilos, Fungal Infection, Pegasus Courser. Alright, uncommons. Wizard's Retort. It costs 1 less to cast if you control a wizard. Counter target spell. It's standard counterspell as long as you have a wizard. Yep. Another Damping Sphere. If a land tapped for 2 or more mana, it produces a colorless instead of any other type and amount. And each spell a player casts costs 1 more to cast for each other spell that player has cast this turn. So Storm, knock it off. Haphazard Bombardment. 6-drop enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, choose 4 non-enchantment permanents you don't control and put an aim counter on each of them. At the beginning of your end step, if 2 or more permanents you don't control have an aim counter on them, destroy one of those permanents at random. So as long as this stays out, you're going to get 3 of the 4. And it's our double strike buddy, Gwende, Pride of Femreth. Oh, huge, huge pile of wrappers. I probably should have, like, gotten a basket or something. Oh well. Talarian Scholar, Radiating Lightning, Landwar Envoy, Rat Colony, Skittering Surveyor, Academy Drake, Seismic Shift, Voltaic Servant, Eviscerate, Pardic Wanderer, another Wizard's Retort, Spore Crown Thallid. Each other creature you control that's a fungus or sapling gets +1/+1. Sylvan Awakening. Until your next turn, all lands you control become 2/2 elemental creatures with reach, indestructible, and haste. They are still lands. Tatiova, Benthic Druid. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and draw a card. Island. Okay, now we're getting down to it. Only 4 packs left. Let's see what we can get. Get to Journey Mage, Excavation Elephant, Homerid Explorer, Rat Colony, Landwar Scout, Blessed Light, Yavimaya Shepherd, Keldon Overseer, Short Sword. Got another Memorial to Unity. Got another Wild Onslaught, which is the +1/+1, or if you kick it, that's 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature. Another Board the Weatherlight. Looks like a foil Voldayan Arcanist. It's our 3rd mythic, guys! And it's Lyra! Lyra the Dawnbringer. 3 generic, 2 white for a 5/5 angel with flying, first strike, and lifelink, and other angels you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. Yep, that's the one. That's probably going to be the best card in this box. I am pleased. That was the 5th pack. Now there are 4 packs left. I counted incorrectly. Okay. Bloodstone Goblin, Excavation Elephant, Artificer's Assistant, Keldon Warcaller, Crowsand Druid, Broken Bond, Mesa Unicorn, Divination, Short Sword. Memorial to Folly. This is the one that gets a creature card back. Curator's Ward. That's the hexproof enchantment. Joyrer's Familiar. This one's new. It's a 4-drop artifact creature bird with flying, and historic spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. It's a 2/2. A foil Chainer's Torment. This is the 3rd copy I've gotten of this. Grand Warlord Radha. Has haste, and whenever 1 or more creatures you control attack, add that much mana in any combination of red and or green. Until end of turn, you don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Oh wow. That is pretty good. That's pretty good. It's also really flavorful because I think there's a Radha, Hero of Keld or something like that, and she could tap for green, or like if you attacked with her, it put 2 red in your mana pool or something like that. So it's like in flavor, and she's grown up now. And a mountain and a soldier. The Aviant Trapper, Syncopate. I don't think we've seen this common before. Adventurous Impulse. It's 1 green. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Divest, Primordial Worm, Navigator's Compass, Cloud Reader Sphinx. Wouldn't be a magic set without a Sphinx, right? Fiery Intervention. Blowtorth Candle. Blowtallow Candle. Demonic Vigor. Uncommons. Fungal Plots. It's a 2-drop enchantment. You can pay 2, exile a creature card from your graveyard, and create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Sacrifice 2 saplings, you gain 2 life, and draw a card. Making those trades. Diligent Excavator. Whenever you cast a historic spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. Another legendary sorcery! Jaya's Immolating Inferno! X red legendary sorcery. Jaya's Immolating Inferno deals X damage to each of up to 3 targets. Another Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. He's, when you're enchanted, you get tokens that you have to exile at the end step. He's almost done. It's almost done. There's only a couple left. I think we could do another mythic. I think we can. Maybe. I'm already really happy about that Lyra. Deep Freeze, Fervent Strike, Sarah Disciple, Homeward Explorer, Caligo Skin Witch, Arbor Armament, Sword Sword, Pegasus Courser, Blessed Light, Broken Bond. Another In Bolus's Clutches. Another Warcry Phoenix. Another legendary sorcery! Ooh, I think, do I have all of them now? No, I don't have the blue one. Of course I don't have the blue one. So the blue one's the really good one. Urza's Ruinous Blast. It's a 5-drop white legendary sorcery. Exile all non-land permanents that aren't legendary. Another Slyn Voda of the Rising Deep. Mountain. So let's choke it. Oops, sorry, hit the computer. Another Skirk Prospector. Devant Trapper, Coldwater Snapper. Accidental Poem. Dredge Sentinel, Landwar Envoy, Call the Cavalry, Ancient Animus, another Power Stone Shard. I have 3 now. Unwind, Deathbloom Thallid. You gotta read the story. They're not to that point yet, but yeah. We got another Fungal Plots. Zalfarin Void. When Zalfarin Void enters the battlefield, scry 1, and you can tap to add a colorless. The Wind Whispers come home, but I cannot Teferi, because he phased that out. Remember what I said about another mythic? We got a Jaya Ballard. So she's a 5-drop with 5 loyalty. You pay 1, or it's a +1, add 3 red to your mana pool, and spend this mana only to cast instant or sorcery spells. Her other +1 is discard up to 3 cards and then draw that many cards. And her -8 is you get an emblem with you may cast instant and sorcery cards from your graveyard. If a card cast this way would be put into your graveyard, exile it instead. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Denethor Caption Paragon. She has First Strike, Vigilance, and Lifelink. Aura and equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. And a Plains and a Night token. Got 1 more, guys. 1 more to go. Last pack. Got a Charge, Arcane Flight, Get to Chronicler, Gift of Growth, Soul Salvage, Ballast Gorger, Guardians of Koilos, Fungal Infection, Pegasus Courser, Spore Swarm. Create 3/1/1 sapling tokens. Another Shield of the Realm. Prevent 2 damage to the equipped creature. It's not Teferi, but it's close. Oath of Teferi. It is 3 generic, 1 white, 1 blue. When it enters the battlefield, exile another target permanent you control and return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. You may activate the loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control twice each turn, rather than only once. Repeating, you may activate the loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control twice each turn, rather than only once. Yup. That's a card. And Teferi's joining the Gatewatch. He says, "For the lost and forgotten, I will keep watch." Ooh, and we got a foil too. Foil Jousting Lance. And we got another copy of Garna the Bloodflame. And that's it, guys. I am pretty pleased with those pulls. That was pretty good. Obviously, I got the promo card as well. Yeah, the box just keeps giving it. Well, it's not giving anymore. It's empty now, but it certainly gave and gave. So yeah, that's it. Got a nice stack of cards here. It goes this high, like that big. So good value. I feel like even most of the commons are like good value cards, and would recommend. That was really great. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I stream Magic Arena on Monday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. Mondays and Wednesdays in the evening Eastern time, and then Saturdays around this time in the afternoon. So hope to see you again, and thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed it.